Hi အားလုံးမင်္ဂလာပါ Zoeii English မှာပြန်လည်ကြိုဆိုလိုက်ပါတယ်ကျွန်မက Eve ဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီဗီဒီယိုလေးမှာတော့ကျွန်မ self study နဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့နောက်ထပ် tip လေးတစ်ခုကိုထပ်ပေးမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒါကတော့ကျွန်မကို learners တယောက်ကမေးထားတယ်ဒီချိန်ကျွန်တော်တို့က self study ကိုတကယ်ချင်းရောက်လုပ်တာပါဗျသူနဲ့ကိုကဝင်းနေတော့ Zoom နဲ့လုပ်မယ်ဆိုပြီး schedule ဆွဲတာတကယ်လည်းလုပ်တော့ဘာလို့မှမသိကြောင်တောင်ကြီးဖြစ်နေတယ်ဘယ်ဟာဘယ်လိုပြောရမလဲဗျ level က intermediate ပါဒီချိန်ကုညီပါအောင်ဗျ Okay ဒီလိုမျိုးအလားတူတဲ့ကျွန်မကိုအဲ့လိုမျိုး self study နဲ့ပတ်သက်လို့ဒီချက် partnership ပြောကြဘယ်လိုပြောရမှမသိဘူးဆိုပြီးမေးထားတဲ့လူတွေတချို့တော့များရှိတယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒါလေးနဲ့ပတ်သက်လို့ခြုံငုံပြီးဒီဗီဒီယိုထဲမှာပြပြပေးပါမယ်ဒါလေးက self study ဆိုပေမဲ့လို့ကိုယ်နဲ့ to speaking practice လုပ်မယ် partner တယောက်လိုပါတယ် speaking ကိုဘယ်လို practice လုပ်လို့ရလဲဆိုတဲ့ idea လေးကိုပေးဖို့အတွက်ကို America မှာ collection နေထိုင်နေတဲ့ကျွန်မရဲ့15နှစ်ကျော်ခင်လာခဲ့တဲ့တငယ်ချင်းရင်းနှီးကိုဒီထဲမှာပါဝင်ကူညီပေးဖို့ကျွန်မဖိတ်ခေါ်ထားပါတယ်So hi again. So this is my friend Lucas. He's from the United States. We've known each other for a few years already. I think we were 16 when we know each other, right? We're friends.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, since then we've been great friends together. So I thank you so much for giving me your time today to have a conversation with me. We're gonna be happy like casual chats just to guide my viewer how to self-study with the partner. Okay, if you by any chance make appointment online, you know, for a casual conversation to practice your English. So today I would like to go over talk about the scam. So this would be my favorite subject to talk about. And what do you think about the scam? Are you familiar with some type of scam in your life?
The most familiar one and the common one is going to be the credit card scams, where they put those like the fake tiny little clear plastic machines in the ATM machines, and that's the most common one, I believe. Other than that, I might have, but I'm not entirely sure, and I haven't been a big victim yet, so.
Oh, that's a good thing. Over here in Myanmar, there's a lot of scams going on through, you know, like accessing your password. For example, the K-Pay, which is another sort of like, you know, like online payment systems where they try to ask you, hey, type in this password. This is from, you know, the company. So this is what you've been missing. Please type in your password so that we can fix your thing. So a lot of people fell for it and got their money stolen. So yeah, I think that's very dishonest things to get the money from somebody else. What do you think about people who scam other people?
I mean, it depends on the life circumstances, right? Like, you have a choice. You have a choice. It's like you are poor, you can do it the right way, which is like work harder and then earn money, make your life better. Or the lower way, which is you being dishonest, you lie to people, and make some sort of fraud, run the scam rings and stuff. So what do I think about them? I would say they are,
I definitely think they're scam back. Okay, I have to use the word because why would you pretty much like steal away somebody earning, somebody hard work, you know? And I don't think that's good things to do in life, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Anyway, I just asked you the question and I just answer it anyway.
No, I would just say they are like unfortunate people with the different way of like lifestyle, I guess.
Yeah, I understand the situation. A lot of we've been going through different, you know, circumstances, like just like you said, but in a way you could have done something different, you know, not like stealing
Definitely.
somebody else's money. Yeah. So, and I found something interesting on YouTube actually, and that's something that I want to talk about. It's about the scam going on in Europe. Another guy tried to stop them. So I'll show you the videos. Basically, it said about attack by Gypsy scammers for exposing them saving tourists. So the term Gypsy generally is basically the historically refers to the Romani. I don't know, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with it, but just to give you a brief of what the term Gypsy is, basically they're everywhere. They are the sort of like another type of ethnic group with roots in Southeast Asia, where they migrated to different part of the world. So they are pretty much everywhere, right? So They have their own culture, the way they dress. So just to show you the brief example of what the gypsy looks like. So this is the general ways of like how they dressed up and stuff. They have their own culture, customs and stuff. In the old day, they be pretty much like going around the town from town to town, traveling, not having the right particular place to stay, pretty much like going from town to town. So these are basically the gypsy, but now it's the 21st century. Things has changed a bit, right? So I'm going to show you about the how they scam some tourists, okay? မူရင်းသူရဲ့ video link လေးကိုကျွန်မဒီ post က description မှာထည့်ပေးထားပါတယ်ဒါလေးကိုအရင်ဆုံးကြည့်ကြည့်ပေးပါတခုရှိတာဆက်ရေးတိုင်းထွာလေးနည်းနည်းပါတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်မို့လို့တော့အသက်ငယ်ပိုင်းတွေအတွက်မသင့်တော်တဲ့အကြောင်းကိုကြိုပြီးသိပေးပါရစေ So basically you just looked at the video, right? Do you think the guy should mind his own business or do you think the guy should do what he just did in the video?
Depends. If you were a victim of those gypsy, I mean, yes, like you will take it with a grain of salt and then just move on with your day. But sometimes I would say there are people who want to bring justice to those people so that like in the future, like the tourist doesn't get the future tourist doesn't get scammed. So it depends on the people. If it were me, I would just like learn my lesson and move on with the day. But and I know a couple of people who would behave the same way as that guy. So
basically you're saying that you're gonna be minding your own business instead of like butting in someone else's business. Is that what you're saying? Even though you know it's not fair for some people and you know that tourists could fall for it.
I don't see myself as a very aggressive type. So for me, everything is about learning process. For me, all I have to I just have to make sure that I don't like sign things freely and then in like ask for money later. So I just have to be careful next time because I am in a foreign country and this is what locals see every day. So if the locals doesn't stop me as a tourist, like I'm just going out of my way and then I just, it's not, I wouldn't say it is the right thing to do, but it's not the wrong thing to
it's definitely not smart like to let it someone's business. Yes, true. I mean, what the guy just did, I think is great in some way, but on the other hand, I think it can be quite dangerous for confronting people. As you can see in the video, they're not just like one person. It's not one-on-one person. It's more of like a gang and you're facing up to like you are against like 4 or 5 people. So they could have weapons and stuff. So that could definitely cause some commotion, So I don't think that's a smart way to pretty much like shout out and stuff. So yeah, I mean I admire the guy for his gut and speaking out for what is right. And in the video, as you can see, like he is a tourist himself as well. But before the check-in time that he fly back to his country, he was just pretty much like saving a couple of bucks, from tourists, so they don't really give away to scam them. But yeah, I think it's kind of interesting. If you were being scammed by any chance, how do you think you would feel?
Depending on the type of scam, right? Like if you are holding around cash and then you are just donating them in this case, yes, like there's no way that you can recover it. But in some country, if you were using like a credit card, any type of like electronic payments, there are ways to recover it, as in like report it to the police, reach out to the customer service so that you can recover part or partially or like entire amount of the scam money back. So if you pay cash, that's a lost cause anyway. So they can just basically run away with it. You cannot do anything about it. But if it is a credit card scam, yes, definitely, of course, I'm gonna reach out to the credit card issuer and to make sure that I get my money back. I'm not liable for it.
I think what you just said is very practical. This is what you need to do. But some people have a different perspective. Like well, of course, that would be the first thing that they would do, like reporting the police and stuff if that's a critical scene. But if you're somebody who speaks scam and you are in the foreign country and cannot contact to the credit card company straight away, how do you think you will feel as somebody who's being just scammed?
Horrible.
For sure.
Just
yeah.
pure horrible, and you will feel bad about yourself.
Yeah. Do you think that the cause of it is just because you're stupid?
First of all, you are in a foreign country, you are the most vulnerable person because you don't know their culture, you don't know what is going on the street. Like you are practically in a foreign land. So I wouldn't say you are stupid enough to fall for the scam, but the good thing is you can be more wary about it. But you can do research about it. Oh, I'm visiting this country. What should I be careful with? So in case like if you go to Paris, you'll be looking out for pickpockets. If you are going to New York City, you'll be wary of those like mascots and dress up like Mickey Mouses, so that they're gonna come up to you and they're gonna take picture with you and they're gonna demand money from you. So that's what you gotta be wary of. So there are different places, right?
Yeah.
So you just have to do a proper research. And then I don't know. How about you?
Oh yeah, now that you mentioned about the mascot, I do have a different ideas about the scamming thing, the article that I just read the other day. Like for example, you were walking on the street, yeah, and then sort of like a bunch of like, I don't know, ketchup, kind of like ketchup thing just called spray on you at some point, and a passerby stranger was being nice and kind of rub it on you, like, oh, look, you, like, oh, it may be accidents. I don't know where the ketchup things is flying from, right? So basically, they were being nice, and on the other hand, there was another person passing behind you. So the person who would just try to be nice to you, like rubbing the ketchup things on your body and stuff like that, that was just a distraction. And the other one that's passed behind you kind of like snatch your purse or any belonging. You were genuinely pretty much like thinking to the pickpocket person, for being a genuine. They're not genuine at all. So they're not honest. It's definitely not. So things like that. There's always trick with some scammer, and also getting on the escalator and stuff. And one person kind of distracting you in one way, and then the next thing that you find out your purse is already gone. So my other question is, if you were being scammed and then you just found out that you're being scammed, how do you think, what type of measure would you have taken, to avoid this scam? What would you have done?
If you haven't done any research about it, I don't think there's anything you can do about it. Like other than you can warn, like the way he did it, you can warn other tourists so that they don't fall for the same thing. But once it already happened, all you have to do is like you can politely ask the money back, but I don't think they will give it back to you anyway.
Well, I don't think you will be meeting them, because by the time they scam you, they'll be walking away from you as far as they can, obviously. No, I was asking in a way, like, for instance, if it was me, I would be like, I would have mind my own business, rather than like giving much attention to them. It's a great thing that they ask you for donation for a certain thing, but we don't know where this donation is actually going to. I would have done some research of the area that I'm going to be visiting, just to get some insight from people who've already visited, or people who already got scams sharing something like the guy, I would have done some research before I actually go and visit, right?
Yeah, cultures, things to worry about. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's quite nice. Yeah, just to get some information online these days, you can easily access to. So I think it's quite interesting. Great, interesting talk. Okay, thank you so much for your time. That was a great conversation.
You're very welcome.
Lucas နဲ့ကျွန်မနဲ့အခုပြောသွားတဲ့အကြောင်းအဆိုတာ casual နည်းနည်းဖြစ်တယ်ပေါ့နော် casual ဖြစ်တယ်ဆိုတာဘာမှအစီအစဉ်ကြပြောတာမျိုးမဟုတ်ဘူးခေါင်းထဲမှာပေါ်လာတဲ့ဥစ္စာဒါပေမဲ့ topic ကတော့ဒီအကြောင်းအရာနဲ့ပတ်သက်လို့ပြောရဲဆိုရင်ပြောရဲတခါတခါကျရင်ကိုက topic ရှိပေမဲ့လို့တခြား idea တစ်ခုပေါ်လာလို့ရှိရင်ဒီ flow ကဝင်မှာပဲအဲ့ဒီအကြောင်းအရာနဲ့ပတ်သက်လို့ဒီဘက်က align ထိုက်လိုက်ပြီးပြောရင်လည်းဒါဟာ conversation တစ်ခုအနေနဲ့သွားနေမှာပဲပေါ့နော်ဒီကျွန်တော်တို့ပြောတဲ့အထက်မှာအမှားတချို့တွေပါကောင်းပါမယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ဒါအရေးမကြီးဘူးပေါ့နော်ပြောနေရင်းနဲ့မှာကျွန်တော်တို့ငါဘယ်လိုပြောချင်တာပေါ့နော်ဒါပေမဲ့ idea မရဘူးဆိုအဲ့မျိုးတော့မြန်မာလိုနည်းနည်း notes လေးမှတ်ထားတစ်ချိန်မှာပြန်ပြီးရှာပေါ့နော်ဒီအပြင်တစ်ခါကြပြောနေရင်လည်းကျွန်တော်တို့ self correction တစ်ခါလေးလုပ်သွားရလဲဖြစ်တယ်မလုပ်လိုက်ရဘူးဆိုဟာငါတော့ဒီညမှားပြီဒီလိုတော့ပြောလိုက်တယ်ငါဒီလိုပြောလိုက်ရမှားသွားတယ်ဆိုဘာမှစိတ်ထဲမှာguilty ဖြစ်စရာမလိုဘူးပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒါလေးကိုပြန်ပြီးမှတ်ထားနောက်တစ်ချိန်ဆိုငါဒီလိုလေးကောင်းအောင်ပြောလိုက်မယ်အဲ့လိုမျိုးလေး reflection လုပ်ဖို့တော့လိုတယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့လိုကနေမကြကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီ speaking practice များများလုပ်သွားတယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဒါ vocabulary ပြင်ဟိုသုံးလေးလည်းပို့ပြီးတော့ကျွမ်းလာမယ်ပေါ့နော်တနည်းအားဖြင့်ပြောရမယ်ဆိုဟာဒီလိုတော့ပြောချင်တာဘယ်လိုပြောရမှန်းမသိဘူးဆိုအလားတူ similar ပုံစံမျိုးလေးပြောဖို့အတွက်ကိုကျွန်တော်တို့နည်းနည်းရှာကြည့်ရမယ်ပေါ့နော် listening နေရာမှာသူများရဲ့ဆိုဒီလိုအကြောင်းအရာ context ကိုပြောချင်ဘယ်လိုသုံးသွားရလဲပေါ့စာကြောင်းဘယ်လိုစီးသွားလဲဒါလေးရဲ့စာကျွန်တော်တို့ listening နဲ့ဖြစ်ပါစေ reading နဲ့ဖြစ်ပါစေလေ့လာထားရမယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့တော့တနည်းအားဖြင့်ပြောရမယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဒီဗီဒီယိုလေးကတော့ကျမတို့အမျိုးမျိုးပြောင်းလဲနိုင်တယ်ပေါ့နော်တသမတ်သေးကြီးဒီလိုကြီးလောက်ရမယ်လို့တော့မဆိုလိုပါဘူးဒါပေမဲ့အပြန်အလှန် conversation မှာတလဲစီပြောရတာမျိုးလေးပေါ့နော်သူပြောတဲ့ဥစ္စာကိုဖြတ်ပြီးသဘောမတူဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ခံတာအောင်ဘယ်လိုမျိုးပြန်ထက်ပြီးတော့ကြတော့ပြောဆိုမလဲပေါ့နော်ဒီပြင်သူပြောတဲ့ idea ကောင်းတယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကိုက like ပြီး enthusiasm ဆိုတော့လည်းနည်းနည်းပြရမယ်ပေါ့နော် agree ဖြစ်တဲ့ပုံစံ oh yeah oh I like that idea နောက်ဒီပြင်အောင်ငါသိရဆိုရင်ကိုအကြောင်းကိုလည်းရောက်လိုက်ကိုပြောပေါ့နော်ဒါတလဲစီမှာရော့နေပြောပြီးငါပြောအဲ့လိုမှပြောကြလို့သူပြောနေရင်လည်းနည်းနည်းအချိန်တွေကဖြစ်လို့ရှိရင်ကိုကဒါမျိုးဖြတ်ပြီးတော့ကြကို idea ကိုလည်းဒီလိုပြောပြပေးလို့ရတယ်ပေါ့နော် agree ဖြစ်တယ်ဆိုလည်း agree ဖြစ်တယ် agree မဖြစ်ဘူးဆိုလို့ရှိရင်နောက်ထပ် idea တစ်ခုရှင်းဆက်ပြီးတော့ပြောပြပေးလို့ရတယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒီဗီဒီယိုလေးကနေလည်းအနေနဲ့များနဲ့အထောက်အကူဖြစ်လိမ့်မယ်လို့ကျွန်မမျှော်လင့်ပါတယ်အဲ့တော့အဆုံးထိကြည့်ပေးကြလို့ကျေးဇူးအများကြီးတင်ပါတယ် Thank you so much for watching my video I'll see you guys in the next one bye